Hi, I'm Keegan, sales agronomist out of our Mayville, Wisconsin location, and today we're out in this cornfield staging the corn. So there's two important reasons when it comes to staging corn. First is we want to make sure the corn's moving along nicely without any setbacks or delays. And the second reason is we want to make sure that the corn is staged within the pesticide label restrictions. So when it comes to applying pesticides, they restrict you on what stage the corn has to be at before applying the pesticides. So we want to come out to this field and make sure that the corn is within the label restrictions and the stage is at the correct stage for when applying the pesticide. So now I pulled myself a plant here and I'm going to show you guys how to stage the corn. So the one way to stage corn is to count the leaf collars. So what you want to look for is this little white line around the outside of the collar of the leaf. And if it doesn't have that collar or that white line on the outside, it is not technically considered a collar, nor is it technically considered a leaf. So when counting them, you want to make sure that there is that white line and that collar around every single leaf. So with this plant, we'd be counting 1, 2, 3, and 4 collars. So that means that this plant is at V4 stage. Along with it being at V4, that means that the growing point is still below the ground. So around V5, that growing point will now become above ground, where we are then susceptible to hail, wind, and any type of damage, to where if that growing point is snapped off at the ground, it unfortunately kills the plant. So right now that growing point is still below the ground. The other thing about getting out and checking the corn stages at around V4 is that you can take something we like to call a tissue test. And what that tissue test does is it then assesses the nutrients within the plant. And then we can come out, look at the test, and then add any fertilizer needed come side dress season in about a couple weeks or so. As you can see, once we pulled this plant, there's nice roots all the way around it. Nodule roots are starting to form, and you can still even see the seed on the bottom side of the plant. And that's nice because you can then go out to a farmer and tell them if they're planting too deep, too shallow, or at just the right. So other than that, that's how you stage corn, and I hope everyone has a safe and successful growing season.